Hey otakus, what's up? It's your tour guide here, coming at you with another haul video. And yeah, I've had some pretty good comic calls, I gotta say. And the thing about my comic calls when I go to half-price books or comic shops or wherever, and I'm digging in long boxes, I'm not going there with like a specific book in mind. Oftentimes I'll pick up what I find, so it's just a random pickup. I do have a list of things that I want, but it's not like I'm actively going to look for something. But I did order some stuff off of eBay and Mercari. If you don't know Mercari is like the Japanese version of eBay. It's pretty good. It's not as good as eBay in terms of selection, but I feel like the platform itself is a lot better than eBay. For sellers at least. It's a better selling platform. In terms of buying, they're about equal. I think you can find things lower priced on Mercari, but again, eBay has the better selection, and overall I think they've got just a larger, you can really deep dive into eBay and find things that necessarily don't come up on like saved searches. So oftentimes if you go into like a seller's individual like eBay page, you can find more items. So yeah, they're both good platforms for buying from time to time. I am trying to stay away from those platforms and not buy as much, because they tend to price things much higher than what you can find out in the wild. So if you're patient and you just want to have fun, I think digging and hunting for books is a lot more satisfying, gratifying. But obviously if there's something you specifically want and want to have focused buying, then these platforms are good. And that's what happened. I had some Jim Lee books that I wanted, and I just wanted them. I wanted to get them, and so I kind of looked and tried to find the best deals, and I think I got some pretty good deals on it. So these are all Jim Lee or Jim Lee related books. One is a Grail of Grails, and I got it for $13. So we'll get to the Grail of Grails. We're going to open up all these boxes right now, so stay tuned, alright? Alright, that was a little annoying, but we're back. And so I took a closer look at the book. It's like an 8.5 copy. Well, I would say it's like a 9.0 copy. It's not like completely mint. It obviously needs a press because there's just some slight indentations here. Nothing color breaking. It doesn't need a press, but overall, it's it's a mint book. So still happy with this order. It looks like just the bag ripped open. Not a big deal. Those things kind of happen, but I was really kind of concerned because the book was exposed under the ripped bag. So good to know that everything's, in terms of the condition, it's fine. And just happy to add these books to my collection. These are all great covers. That's the thing about, like, I love older Jim Lee books, but in terms of the comic book art and quality of the art and the work, I feel like these DC covers are just so on point. It's just, it's just like the entire frame. It's one picture. There's not much distracting you from the image. and you know Jim Lee signs it. He also, you know, this is a 2018 book. It's just, it has a real sort of like artistic, like you're getting a piece of work of art on these variant covers. So yeah, very happy with this purchase. And again, this Batman, this Catwoman Batman cover. Now, mind you, this is you know, a wedding issue. There's a lot of like art done by a lot of different artists who've worked on Batman. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's Jim Lee art in here. There's, you know, like Greg Capullo art. I even think there's some Neil Adams art, if I'm not mistaken. So, just really happy to pick up this book. This is a key book. This is a book that's gonna, you know, I think have a lot of value down the road because of the significance of the story and the fact that it's the canceled wedding. You know, like Catwoman backs out, gets cold feet, and backs out. They remain friends and all that, but they don't go through with the wedding. So, okay, yeah, it's paid $6 per book on this. Again, we also got a, you know, Scott Snyder signed copy here of Aquaman. I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, that Scott Snyder signed book alone is, I think, worth a lot more than, you know, this book alone is probably like $30 because it's a signed copy. But to get 6 books for $36, not bad. Yeah, happy to add these to my collection. Okay, probably one of the best Jim Lee covers that I've ever seen. It's just one of the best. I just showed you 6 incredible Jim Lee covers that have, including that Batman Catwoman, and I think this particular book, in terms of the cover, may just be the. Now, so this is definitely not the Grail I'm referring to, but in terms of like Jim Lee books, or the books in my collection that the top Jim Lee books I would rank in my collection, this is definitely now on that list. It's one of the best Jim Lee books, I think, in my collection. If not the best, it's up there. And when I saw the cover, I just knew I had to get this book. It's oh god, this is such a beautiful book. And what's beautiful about this copy is this guy just did not do a very good job with the packaging. He actually used like packing tape to pack it on here, which is gonna stick to this plastic. It's not gonna be easy to get off. Well, maybe it will be, but that wasn't smart. This guy's a comic book seller too. Alright, it just comes off. See, it tore right down the middle. Anyway, that's not what we're concerned about. What we're concerned about is the book. And the book itself looks to be in decent shape. This is the San Diego Comic Con. what this is it's a San Diego Comic Con guide, and it's significant because this is the 50th anniversary of the con. It's hard to believe that San Diego Comic Con has been around for 50 years. I mean, that just, you wouldn't think of that event to be that old. I mean, 50 years is old, right? But yeah, that's how old the event. I mean, this was in 2019, mind you. So this is a pre-pandemic book, and we're gonna get to the cover here in a minute. And it's a pre-pandemic book. Again, it's the 2019 50th anniversary of the San Diego Comic Con, and this was an unread copy. It's a new copy. It looks to have been wrapped and packaged, which is great. But again, the guy put tape on it, and then as I was taking the tape off, it ripped there. So that wasn't all that smart of the guy. But again, I sent an offer for $8 because this had free shipping attached to it. So I sent an offer for $8, and he accepted. So I got this book essentially for $8 plus tax, which is, about 80 cents. So under $9 for this beautiful. Now, I guess the bad thing about this is its size. It's a huge, kind of like a souvenir booklet. It's, got a lot of pages. But, this is if you're a Jim Lee collector, the fact that he did the cover for this 50th anniversary, essentially what it is like a program, right? It's like it's not a comic book. It's sort of like a anniversary art book. It's got a lot of artwork inside. Really significant book. I mean, it's a significant book because it's the 50th anniversary sort of guidebook, or for the con. But it's significant to me because of the cover. I mean, look at this cover, okay? First off, I'm just gonna flip it over because the back cover also has, Spider-Man front and center. Again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course, my main man, Superman. Okay, this is just an amazing Comic-Con 50 souvenir book. Okay, and I got it for $8. So this is just absolutely one of the best things to come into my collection. Now, there's an issue. This doesn't fit into like a bag or board or that kind of thing. So right now, the issue is how we're going to store this, and this is such a thick book, it's not something we could ever slab. But yeah, I definitely want to try to get this into some kind of backing board and to keep it wrapped, because it's a beautiful book. We don't want to damage it. And it's not going to be a book where I open it and look at it. I do want to, though, have a situation where I can, at least reinforce the spine a little bit so we're not constantly damaging. But again, just this, so it's a wraparound cover. This is the back cover. Superman, Spider-Man on the same page with Teenage. Again, it's just a beautiful Comic Con. Like, if you love comics, there's something on this cover that you're gonna like, whether it's Spawn, whether it's Batman, whether it's, you know, Black Panther, Spider-Man, whatever it is. It's just a great, beautiful Jim Lee cover, and I'm sure you'll agree, for $8, this was a great pickup. And again, not a comic book really, but a key, San Diego Comic-Con 50th anniversary program souvenir book. So I believe if you went to the con, you got this for free. So there's probably lots of copies out there, because Comic-Con is a big event for 4 days, and they were giving these out probably left and right. So I'm sure there are thousands of copies of this book available, but I've got one of them now, and it's a high-grade copy, and yeah, just happy to have it in my collection. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want to keep it wrapped, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just tape it again. Give me just a moment here. I'm just gonna tape it with some more like masking tape, and then get it to where it's going. Sometimes I impress even my own self at how ingenious I am. So I was able to get this bag and boarded. Now I shop at Daiso, and Daiso has a lot of great items. Although because of inflation, it's a lot more expensive now for these items, but you know, it's still pretty cheap. Things used to be $1. Now things are, and then they went up to like $1.25, and then they went up to $1.50. Now they're around $1.75 for items, and they've also introduced a different pricing. So they've got things priced out from $1.75 to like $10 for different items. But you can pick up these cellophane bags. These make great sort of just gift wrapping bags, but they're larger for magazine format type books. So I have some of these. These are also great for sort of double wrapping your slabs. If you're super conscious about scratching your slabs, these are really clear. Good for presenting your slabs, but also good for protecting them from scratches and whatnot. So I don't have many slabs. I have right now 4 slabs. I'm expecting 6 back. They're just, I don't think I'll ever get them this year, maybe next year, but waiting on those. But like I said, you can get these nice little bags, and what I did was I put a piece of like really stiff cardboard sort of in the middle, away from the spine of the book. And also I'm just going to tape up the other side here. And what we've created is a nice bag and board for this beautiful book. And I'll be able to keep it in my collection, look at it from time to time, enjoy this amazing Jim Lee cover. Yeah, hopefully if you're a Jim Lee collector like me, and you this is definitely so. Okay, let's backtrack a little. I have also I'm also putting things that I want Jim Lee to sign should he come back to Emerald City Comic Con, or should I plan a trip to like San Diego Comic Con or whatever down the road. But essentially what I want is I want him to sign this book, this San Diego Comic Con book. And if I can get him to sign it at San Diego Comic Con, because I'm sure, since he lives down there, that's probably the best way to get him to sign a book, or be the most think, logical of places where you can get a book signed by him. But yeah, we'll just have to see if that works with the budget, and because you know, I got to fly down there and I have to book a hotel. But man, would that be fun? Because I've never been there. I've always wanted to go and check out San Diego Comic-Con. I've just never had an opportunity. But again, should Jim be signing books and like doing something? I mean, I'm sure it'll happen sooner rather than later, because it's a big, I mean, you can't get any bigger than San Diego Comic-Con. And again, Jim Lee lives down in Southern California, so if I doubt it'll be this year, but at some point, what's going to happen is I'm going to want to get this book signed by him, and when that happens, I am going to get this book signed. So we're looking forward to that. Just gonna tape it up right here. Edge there. Boom. And we've got a completely sealed, bagged and boarded copy of San Diego Comic-Con. And again, just admire this cover again. Boom. Man, that black cat. Yeah, all the characters. Jim Lee just has a way with, look at that spawn. Look at that spawn. I mean, this is just a great cover. It's a cover by. This is also really cool because it gives a history. I just looked at the book while I was kind of packaging it up. The interior of this just breaks down a history of comic books as well as the convention itself. So you've got, you know, just details of creatives that were at the con each year, sort of the highlights of each year's event. Great, just historical book of the San Diego Comic-Con as well. So really glad to have picked this up for $8. Man, I feel like I got a real deal on this one. $8, absolutely crispy minty, and all these great Jim Lee characters on the book. Why this guy was selling it for $8 so cheap, on what I would imagine, even, I mean, if you compare this printing to a standard comic book, I'm sure it's well below, you know, what a standard comic would be. Maybe around the print count of the standard comic book, maybe not, but I would imagine it's a pretty low print run for an event, because, you know, as big as San Diego Comic-Con is, you know, you're only gonna have maybe less than like 100,000 people go through it each year, right? It should probably be somewhere in like the tens of thousands. So they're not printing any more of these for sure. So great collectible, just a great cover, just a beautiful cover. So when I saw the cover, I was like, okay, there's something I gotta add. All right, so now we're getting to the Grail of Grail books. And this is not, it's a Jim Lee book, but it's not a Jim Lee book. Okay, I know that's confusing a lot of you. So it's a Jim Lee book without being a Jim Lee book. And again, it's a Grail. It's a Grail. And so you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as I. Now this looks to have been packaged up very nicely. So, and even the San Diego Comic-Con one, like aside from that little tape issue, I feel like that did protect the book though, like wrapping it like that, even though the tape used wasn't probably the best thing. It's all good. What's important is that the comic wasn't damaged, and in the first shipment as well. So this one looks to be, yeah, well, I mean, was shipped in an envelope. Within the envelope is, looks like it's a cardboard. So I'm just assuming that this person, these are always a hit or miss. So yeah, you went really janky with the cardboard. That's fine. Doesn't look to be damaged. You did kind of tape it up. All right, let's not be too judgmental. What's important is that the book is not damaged. If the book is damaged, then we've got a problem. But so far, we don't know. We can't confirm one way or another what the book looks like. Oh, but I don't have a good feeling about this. We'll just have to see. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised, but I do see some issues with the book. All right, well, this guy just is, yeah, we gotta be real careful here. Okay, I do not want to rip this plastic off the book, so, but it's stuck to the tape, and so we gotta be really, really gentle with this right now. This guy did not do a good job with the packaging at all. Okay, no harm, no foul, looks like. Okay. Alright, we were able to get it off without issue. Man, that could have been a real scary situation there. Now, luckily, this remains in the original bag and board. And it looks to be in somewhat good shape. Now, it's got, I don't know if you can see there, it's got a little nick in the corner there. Right there. This corner is pretty sharp. Got a little nick, bit of a nick. But yeah, if you don't know by now, this is, oh man, it's such a beautiful book. Okay, so I'm back with the Grail, and very happy. The condition looks to be good. And what's really cool about this, I've always wanted to add a Action Comics 1. Now I have an Action Comics 1. And what's different about this Loot Crate edition is that it's a exact replica of the original, meaning it adds everything. It's, you know, oftentimes you have the reprints and they make modifications of the book. It's oftentimes like there's like commentary and you know, different art panels and different ads. This is the absolute complete replica. And it also comes with this certificate of authenticity, which is signed by who else? Signed by Jim Lee. So that's what I meant by it's a Jim Lee book, but it's not really a Jim Lee book. So for me, that COA is just as important as the significance of the book itself. So for me, this is just an absolute treasure of a copy. And what we're going to do is we're going to just very gently, very delicately put this in a bag and board. Alright, that took some time, but we got our Action Comics secure. It's double bagged. So this came, as you saw, it came in a bag and board. So that rippling is the bag, and they're in another bag. So I put the bag and board in another bag and board. If that makes sense. So it's double backed and double bagged and double boarded. Whew. But yeah, added the Grail of Grails to my collection. Action Comics #1. This is a complete replica. Probably the greatest comic book cover of all time. And I have it in my collection now. So just going over all the stuff I got. You know, we got these. You know, we got this one. Again, I got this one for $10 plus shipping, so about $13 to $14. Which, yeah, it's about $14. Which is a really great deal. Yeah, that's a really great deal. And got this book here. Scott Snyder signed Jim Lee book. I will probably get this one signed by Jim Lee as well. Maybe get this one signed as well. This book. Got a great Batman book. Flash. These great covers of the Justice League. And then, yeah, just an absolute amazing book to my collection. That's this Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con 50th anniversary souvenir book. Just an amazing cover by Jim Lee. 2019 pre-pandemic Comic-Con goodness. Yeah, this was the last Comic-Con before Comic-Cons changed forever. I mean, I guess they're not changed forever. San Diego is returning to its normal activities this year. But I would imagine this fall there's going to be more. This fall and winter, there's going to be more surges and cases and hospitalizations. So hopefully, to avoid all that, all of you get vaccinated and continue to take precautions. But in the meantime, yeah, it's 2019 San Diego Comic-Con 50th anniversary souvenir book. Got that for $8. Got these 6 comics, these Justice League covers and Batman and Jim Lee variants, all beautiful variants. Got those 6 books for $36, and then added this last one for about $14. So spent about $60 in all for 8 books. I think I got a pretty good deal. What do you think? These are all books that, again, all Jim Lee related books. This isn't necessarily a Jim Lee book, but it's the certificate of authenticity is signed by him. So he definitely linked to this Action Comics new crate version. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful thick book. It's a thick book. I don't think that is, but it's a exact replica of the original comic. Exact replica of the original comic. And then, yeah, all these other ones. But I would say, yeah, the prizes of this haul are these 3 books. Let me know what you think of this haul. I mean, For those of you, Jim Lee fans out there, again, this is really for all of you Jim Lee fans. I feel like I don't have much outside my collection. I mean, I don't have much in my collection outside of Jim Lee books. I take that back. I do have a lot of key books and whatnot, but I feel like Jim Lee is where I focus a lot. So this was a very focused buy. I got the books that I wanted. Definitely got the books that I wanted in this one. And just thanks for continuing to support the channel and follow me along my journey. I'm going to end with this beautiful back cover of Superman and Spider-Man, the Ninja Turtles by the one and only Mr. Jim Lee. Alright, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Take care, my otakus. Tour guide out.